You ever seen the movie Idiocracy?
Yeah, that movie's hard.
That movie's crazy, man.
Yo, it's because
like,
as time got
people got dumber.
People got dumber. I swear to God, I feel like that. I don't think there's no one in this room right now that knows their girl's number.
Oh no.
You know your girl because you old school. You a dinosaur. But it's like, but this like just think about it. Some of the most important people in your life, you don't know.
But that's more memory retention. I'm talking about getting dumber.
No, but that's dumb too because back in the days, remember, we knew everyone's number. When you got locked up, you knew who to call. When you got locked, do you think that's true in time? Because I seen you say people are invested into AI, but they're not invested into HI.
Yeah,
human.
Yeah, I love when you said that.
Yeah, that was great.
Yeah, so in this age, like, okay, I have my foundation and I got my AI stuff. And the reason why I say that is because it's been easier for me to raise money for AI than it is for me to go raise money for my philanthropy for HI. Right. I know, I'm not just saying that like theoretically, like actually.
Wow.
And it breaks my heart that like, damn, okay, we raised all this money for this AI, but damn, it's like really hard pinching pennies to get folks to like donate for HI. To your point on like memory retention, we have that issue, but then we also have critical thinking.
That's the part.
Like the critical thinking, there's nothing in society that we celebrate where it's about critical thinking and rewarding people for being awesome critical thinkers.
Right.
We reward people for bullshit posts, the most disrespectful things we do to each other on lyric and song. We reward folks for
twerking.
You know what? Twerking's exercise. No, I'm joking.
Okay. I've never looked at it like that. Okay.
Like, you know the abdominal muscles, how awesome they got to
All
be.
muscles are at play there.
You understand? Right. I don't want to like shun nobody, but the things that we celebrate in society as a whole doesn't really push and celebrate awesome critical thinking.
Right.
And so, like body dysmorphia, because the filter entered, now we have more plastic surgeries for generations of people that don't necessarily need plastic surgery because they want to look like the filter.
That's crazy.
That means in the next 10 years, you're going to have psychological, conversational, mental dysmorphia because people would rather use an AI clone of them voice to speak for them. You can be talking to somebody on the phone, be like, yo, man, I just love this girl, bro. Yeah, bro, she like make me feel some type of way, like I'm really heavy. Turns out, the past 6 months, you've been talking to her AI in 2028.
Right.
2028, you've been talking to her AI. And then finally, she's like, all right, cool. Like my AI told me you cool, so let's go out. So you gonna go out, and you be like, hey, you hella different from like in person. You conversationally, mentally catfish me because the depth of your intelligence is not what you have on your abundance of knowledge bot that reflects your higher self.
Right, your humor, everything.
So the same way we have filters and live in a world where, you know, that's the preference of people prefer.
Right.
You're going to have some version of that when you're talking to somebody, FaceTiming them or virtual calling them.
Right.
And in 2029, you realize that you love the bodified version of themselves than the actual self. That's like 2029. Like how we predicted that AI for the music. Unfortunately, if we don't get our shit together and start like valuing like real human connections and like how people can take their thoughts, synthesize them into words to where you really understand what they're saying, and that's what we celebrate. That's what we like, yo, I that.
Right.
Because if you look at how we are behaving in society, we go to shows, and not dissing nobody, but we go to shows, people are singing over
lip sync,
the lyric, which is cool. It's a different way of performing. That's awesome.
It's not hip hop.
But then the audience is watching
Like
it
this.
through a screen.
Yeah.
Watching.
They're not
a
even
screen.
there. Right.
So you take a look at like, wow, look at this behavior. Do people actually know what this means? If you see this trajectory around the corner,
Right.
what does that mean with human interaction? What does that mean as far as how empathetic we are with one another? What does that mean when the thing that we celebrate the most is how disrespectful we can be to one another?
Right.
Like, that shit was hard. You just said you go, mama, oh shit, and his dog. Man, that was a bar. That was a bar. Wow. Like, and that's our world.
Right.
That's the things we celebrate. That's the thing we think is awesome. So if the whole AI is trained on the open wide web, well, what is AI? What are we teaching it? If you tell AI to be super creative, it's going to say, I'm a all y'all. I'm a mom, I'm a dog, because we're training it.
Right. That is creative.
So we are training a system. Wow, we got to be careful on what we're birthing.
Right.
And so it's us. It's a reflection of us. It's a reflection of our hate. It's a reflection of our neglect. It's a reflection of our lack of empathy, our lack of communication, collaboration, understanding, and tolerance. It's a reflection of all that hate. The internet is dark. But then there's also some bright spots. You want to start aiming this intelligence to the bright spots, take those bright spots and spread it across the net. How much hateful can we be to one another? Congo. How much hateful can we be to one another? Slavery. How much hateful can we be to one another? You know, the Holocaust. How much hateful can we be to one another? The Armenian genocide. How much hateful can we be to one another? Palestine. How much hateful can we be to one another? Why are we doing that? It's a whole new age of enlightenment and intelligence. Which community is going to lead that inspirational commonality, figuring out the likeness that we have with one another? As this AI comes and like renders certain jobs away, and the folks that sat in the lap of luxury are now uncomfortable.
Right.
The folks that have been struggling this whole time can now use this technology to finally solve the problems that have always been ignored. So this is an awesome time for people from the hood, awesome time for people in favelas, awesome time for people from slums, awesome time for folks that have been dealing with bullshit their whole life and waiting for somebody to solve their problems. Now they could solve it. Have a conversation with the freaking tool to help the tool identify what the problem is and help their critical thinking solve a problem. And new industries will come. It's an awesome time right now in this new renaissance.